Hello everyone, I am Squallcasting, bringing to you more StarCraft-related entertainment, and you know what, it's not even related entertainment, it's just StarCraft entertainment. I don't know why I would say StarCraft-related entertainment, because it's just StarCraft entertainment. StarCraft-related entertainment would be something that is similar to StarCraft, but is not, or whatever. Anyway, so we got another community game. We've got Samutz, that's how I'm going to say his name, because that's what it looks like. He is going up against Duolin. It's like a violin, except instead of one neck, it's got two necks, and you play both at the same time, I guess. So Samutz here did submit this game to me. Thank you very much. He is in the Diamond League. We should be able to see some good stuff. Duolin is, of course, going for a very typical Forge fast expand. And I always have to say this in every PvZ, it's so typical, it's very expected, totally standard, not unusual, just what I thought would happen. It's just like, I don't really know what else to say. It's the standard metagame at the moment. I don't know what else to say. Samutz, in all likelihood, will go spawning pool first to avoid being probe/pylon blocked, because that would be really annoying. And, oh wow, the probe actually blocking the drone that was trying to make the spawning pool. And, oh wow, just throws down the spawning pool there. That's a bit of an odd spot. I'm not sure if that will... Like, I'm wondering if that will potentially... Like, drones going from this geyser to the hatchery should be fine. But I'm wondering if drones going from this geyser to the hatchery might be, like, slowed down a little bit. I don't think so. But, yeah, it's kind of a goofy spot, but I guess it's what you do when a probe comes in and starts blocking your buildings. Duolin is going for Nexus after Forge, before he makes cannons or gateways or anything of that nature. And pretty safe, since Samutz is, of course, going for that hatchery very, very quickly. And this is the great thing about StarCraft 2. Like, if you looked at a ZVP game, say, a year ago, you wouldn't be seeing things like this. You would be seeing things very different. You know, Protoss would probably be foregating still. I don't quite remember when that patch came in that reduced the potency of foregating a lot. It was the one where pylons don't have as much radius. The radius used to go out to, say, like here. It was a single unit larger. And so as a result, Protoss could put down a pylon like here, and they would be able to warp up here. So that reduced the potency quite a lot, and... But yeah, this is one of the reasons I love StarCraft 2. The metagame changes, the way things are done changes, and just the way players think and play overall evolves over time. And now we just see this, we're very much in a macro phase where players just always expand really fast. Well, most of the time expand really fast. So, Samutz has made a round of Zerglings and just going to poke in, check things, see what's up. And just kind of keeps Duolin honest. Oh, might actually be able to get in here. Yes, he does. Loses 2 Zerglings in the process. But he's going to lay siege to that Nexus. I tried to say lay and siege at the same time. It didn't work. But yeah, picks off a probe. And at the very least is costing Duolin some mine time here. Having to pull a lot of probes. Wow. And he's just going to try to bottleneck those probes a little bit. Dealing damage. And keeping all of his Zerglings alive. Very nice control. And even if he's not really killing probes, he's costing Duolin so much mining time. I mean, look at those incomes right now. Duolin has nearly as many harvesters as Samutz, but he's at like half of the economy. Wow, getting even more probes, another one, and another. Wow, he's doing a lot more damage with this than he really should have. 7 workers killed. Probably going to scoot that remaining ling up into the main just to get a little bit of scouting info. And this is just a prime example of why you should have a probe here on hold position till the Zealot is available. You know, because some Zerg, they'll be like, I'll just make 1 or 2 extra Zerglings, and then I'll just run in. And I mean, sure, I'll lose some Zerglings in the process, but I can cost you mining time while I just run around your base. So, nicely played by Samutz. Love seeing that sort of thing. He is taking both gases at his main. Looks like he's gearing up to take a 3rd at the same time. Yes, he is. Does that probe block it? Oh, yes, it does. Just barely. Samutz will probably just poke that a little bit to force it away and then try to get the hatchery down again. Or he's just not going to notice it for a little while. Ugh, that's always a horrible feeling. You glance down. Oh, hey, is there a base here? What? I hit B and then I hit H, and then I click there. What? I don't understand. In any case, Samutz is bringing down a second drone to help drive this probe away, and he will be able to start the hatchery now. Does get it down eventually. Very, very good. So Duolin has made a second cannon. Guess he just wants to remain extra safe against potential future Ling run-bys. And oh, that Zealot is even on hold position. So we could exploit that later if he can pull the Zealot out and then run past it. So, and Duolin does get the probe away. Could use that to make some forward pylons in the future. We will have to see. And it looks like we've got 2 Evo Chambers on the way. Is he going to get Roaches, or is he going to go for Ling and Fester? I would have to lay my money on Ling and Fester at this point, seeing as he hasn't gotten a Roach Warren yet. He's gotten the 3rd gas. Hasn't started mining from it quite yet. And, oh, okay. Never mind, I'm completely wrong. Starting to get the missile attack, so yes, it looks like it's going to be some Roach build, potentially Hydras, if he's crazy and wants to lose the game. Not actually, but... I mean, I don't know if you know this, but for the longest time, if Zerg went Ultras, casters, and just people in general would be like, well, I guess this player wants to lose this game because he's going Ultras. You know, I mean, Ultralisks have grown in use lately, and players have figured out how to use them more effectively, but for the longest for the longest time, people were just like, he's going Ultras, I guess he wants to lose, you know? And Hydras they do have limited use, but they're still in a sort of similar position where almost no one mixes Hydras into their forces, unless the Protoss goes for some sort of like 2 Stargate opening or something totally bonkers like that. You know, I mean, if that happens, then yeah, they might get some Hydras to try to drive the Void Rays away. But in more standard play, you just kind of don't see Hydras. Duolin looks like he was like crazy delayed with starting that Warp Gate research. Could be the harassment from Samutz. Just kind of threw his timing off and he just forgot to get it. And that does happen. Happens even to pro players. And it's always really sad and kind of disastrous when a Terran player like forgets to get stim and then pushes out with his timing attack and then realizes he doesn't have stim or combat shield. Stim is probably worse, I would argue. But combat shields can be really bad too, especially if you have a very marine-centric force. So... But that said, Duolin has nearly finished it up, and until then he's able to just produce units out of there manually, as though they are like, well, barracks or something. A whole bunch of Zealots out here, engaging into some Zerglings. They do have +1 attack now, so they cut through those Zerglings very, very quickly. Except the Zerglings now have +1 armor, so never mind what I just said. They still cut through Zerglings quickly, but now it takes 3 attacks instead of 2. Oh... Anyways, and oh, Dark Shrine. I just barely got that on the build queue. There it is. The win behind Dark Shrine. Duolin crossing his fingers. Crossing both his fingers. Crossing all of his fingers and his toes because he's making 4 Dark Templar. And those aren't cheap. But that said, Samutz does not have any detection there. I'm going to lose the Queen. Probably going to lose quite a few drones. Could very well lose the hatchery. Does he have any detection on the way? Looks like we have Spine Crawlers and a Spore Crawler. So he will be prepared as natural, but he doesn't have anything here. Okay, we have an Overseer on the way. Excellent. Wow, those only take 17 seconds to build. That's so fast. And there we go. Now cleaning up the DTs. And Duolin, I don't think did quite as much with that as he wanted. He did get, wow, 15 workers? Wow. That feels like a lot more than I thought it would get. But even so, he didn't manage to kill the base. Samutz is now able to produce an enormous round of drones to replace everything. These DTs are going to run here, try to get up the ramp. Oh, wow, this one gets up barely with 2 hit points. But there's another Spine Crawler there. He got headbutted, and his face exploded in light. Yeah. That's what I see of it. Like Zealots and Dark Templar, when they die, they like evaporate into this like light substance, right? That's them exploding. And you thought it was such a sanitary way to die? No, their bodies are exploding. Their insides are filled with light. Anyway, Samutz pushing into the 3rd. Now there are a bunch of cannons greeting him, but he's definitely going to be able to deal a fair bit of damage as Duolin has not very many forces because he invested so much into getting those Dark Templar. And oh no, his army getting caught up. But he does finally micro it through. And oh, is he going to get the Nexus? No, he will not. Just barely doesn't kill it. 469 hit points remain. Very unfortunate. And Duolin managing to stabilize a little bit, getting that 4th up. So Samutz will probably try to expand pretty soon himself, or he'll just stay on 3 bases and just try to kill his opponent. That's also an option. Spire is on the way, so wants to get those Mutalisks, or potentially Tech the Broodlords eventually. We'll see. Does he have an infestation pit yet, or is he just like, oh, okay, there it is. Excellent. Yeah. Any game where Zerg doesn't get infestors, like, eventually, is that player is actually insane. Because infestors are just way too good, man. Duolin with a few units stacked out there. Those might just get straight up picked off. Samutz splitting up his army a little bit, but yeah, Duolin needs to... Okay, Samutz decides to pull back and let Duolin get away, and oh wow, so many Dark Templar. Those roaches are going to die in a real hurry. They need to run away. He needs to get an overseer there, but Samutz is pushing up the front, kills the forge. I do believe he was researching something. I don't know what, but I'm not going to go back in time because the game must go on. Samutz crushing into the main, starting to kill cannons. A whole bunch of zealots warping in. They do have charge, so they will be able to close quickly, but Samutz is just going to hold position here and kill lots and lots of stuff. And wow, Duolin really, really likes Dark Templar. I mean, they deal a lot of damage, but for the moment, though, the Dark Templar are just saying, dude, I need my coffee break. Just hang on. Just give me a minute. Okay, now I'm ready. I'm going. So they do cruise forward, and wow, Dark Templar kill roaches so fast. Oh, man. But Samutz did expand behind that, and wow, Duolin just continuing to add on Dark Templar. Can't say I've ever seen a build where you just keep making Dark Templar no matter what. Samutz, this Overseer won't quite be the... Oh, wow, morphing them all into Archons. That's a little bit scary, because that's a lot of Archons. And this Overseer, he's on coffee break too, man. This is the game of everyone taking coffee breaks. Okay, the Overseer is finally coming out, but it might die to those Stalkers or Archons, or both. But no, the Archon gets picked up. See, he exploded with light, man. Do you see that? Their bodies are exploding! Oh gosh, the Protoss Manatee. Yeah, I just said that. Anyways, the Overseer nearly dead, and dies from the AoE from the Archons. If you didn't know, Archons deal AoE when they attack. That beam that they shoot, everything along the beam will take damage, and I think they deal a small splash around the unit as well. Duolin has seen this expansion, putting down a forward pylon. The expansion finishes. Does Samutz have anything to defend it? No, he does not. He has exactly 2 roaches, and roaches don't deal so great with mass Archons, man. Oh boy, Samutz coming in, but his army streaming in a little bit piecemeal. Does manage to pick off 1 Archon, and Archons are so expensive. There they go, another one going down, continuing to build roaches, getting missile attacks level 3. He is nicely upgraded, also has 2 armor, whereas his opponent only has the 2 attack. Duolin, though, expanding once again behind it, getting his 4th up. And Samutz needs to get this base going in a real hurry. And needs to know about this base too, because if he didn't, that'd be bad. Charizard charging in, Archons behind them, shredding everything. Charizard Archon is pretty good, guys, in case you didn't know. Samutz continuing to microback as best as he possibly can. There's a Spineclaw there to help out, and the Queen, which now have 5 range, which makes him approximately 50% better. But it looks like he's finally able to drive away the forces, and while Archons are really good, they will die to roaches. But there's Dark Templar in the mix now. And look at those Dark Templar cut apart everything. They deal so much damage, and Dark Templar actually do 55 damage per attack. And Archons only deal 43, so Dark Templar actually do way more damage. They're a lot more fragile, though, so... And Archons, of course, do have that formerly mentioned AoE, so that helps them a little bit. And wow, there we go. Overseer finally arrives, cleans up the Dark Templar. And man, Duolin really loves Dark Templar. He does have his 4th mining quite heavily now, and is actually significantly ahead, economy-wise, of his ahead of his opponent, economy-wise, I should say. Samutz, though, does know about this base now. He is starting to push in. He has a decent number of roaches, but he keeps forgetting to attach his Overseer to his army. He does arrive now, though, and starts picking off Dark Templar. And Dark Templar with no support, they do die pretty fast. And it looks like this base will go down eventually, picking off the pylon, so no more reinforcements can be warped in except from this pylon, so he will still be able to. But the Nexus will go down. Looks like he's going to try to pick off some probes as well. Very nicely done. +3 attacks, finishing very soon. Picks off a few more probes and then goes back here. How many did he get? Looks like he got 23. Wow, that was at 90 earlier. So nicely played by Samutz. Looks like we've got another attack here. Oh, he's trying to go for that Nexus again. A Dark Templar will arrive, though, and defend it. And all the probes are pulled and sent back to Monty. And will he actually get... No, I don't think he will. No. Nope. I deny this. Oh, but there's Zergling. Zergling, ignore that stuff. Go for that. Yeah, now he's got... Oh, boom! There goes the Nexus. And wow, Samutz is crashing into the main. The Overseer does go down, so Duolin could warp in a few more Dark Templar. It doesn't look like he's chosen to do so just yet. And those roaches are going to get cleaned up, finally. But Duolin definitely dealt a very bad blow by losing 2 Nexuses at the same time. His natural here is still going, but only has a few probes there, apparently. And Samutz now finally getting a chance to drone up and get that economy going. And Greater Spire on the way. So we will see some Broodlords before too terribly long. Definitely a good decision. Another Dark Templar comes in, but look, there's a fine call there. You're going to get headbutted and explode. Yep. Ready? Bam. Exploding with light. Yes. So this hatchery, though, is quite low, so Duolin could potentially snipe it if he chooses to focus on it. Does get the Spore Caller first, but there is another one, so there is still detection available. Gonna take out the other one, and now the Dark Templar have free reign, at least until an Overseer arrives. If an Overseer arrives. Nope, no Overseers in sight. Another one being morphed in. Samutz has made a lot of Overseers this game, man, and the hatchery does go down. So both players just sniping command structures. And Duolin finally remembers to rebuild that one there. We'll see if he tries to retake this one at some point. And still long distance mining. And wow, Samutz over doubling his opponent in supply. Taking out both of those Nexuses was definitely a big win for him. So Samutz gathering up units there, expanding again because, you know, we're fighting, we're dying, we're killing lots of stuff. Better keep expanding, right? But that shows great presence of mind by Samutz. It's really easy to tunnel vision, just forget to do things like expand and continue building drones, but he's remembering, and that is excellent. He does check that indeed this base has not been reestablished. This one nearly done, but Duolin's definitely in an awkward position now, having really only 1.5 mining bases, I guess. This one's pretty, well, it's about a third of the way through. Wow, he must have just forgotten to move probes there. Or a lot got killed in that roach attack, because only 2/3 done? Wow. Oh, okay, 1 mineral patch finally does go away. But yeah, that base has not been fully utilized for most of the game. Dark Templar does see that there is indeed a base here. Gonna start hacking away at it, but an Overseer arrives, and he will die. He will give his life for ire, or he will run away. It's like, I am a Dark Templar. I am an agent of justice, an agent of the Kala, or whatever it is. And I run away from air units. But in the end, he stayed. But we got a huge battle going here. And Duolin, GG, well played, exits out of the game, well played by Samutz. So thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.